I'm gonna make sure all you are muted. All right, guys, happy Monday. I'm really excited. This is the last Monday of freaking July. I can't even believe it. And I'm really excited about tonight's team call. But first of all, I just want to say I'm so proud of this team. Oh my gosh. The last week and a half has been so much crazy momentum. People are just coming out of the woodwork and going after their goals, and I'm just blown away. I'm so excited. And it literally, like today, I had like the best day I've had in a long time, because honestly, it all just like hit me about what it is we're doing and what we're building. And that's kind of why I'm really excited about this call, because I really, really want to set you guys up for success from the very beginning. And something that I know we talked about it at Summit, and coming into it now is like, you guys are leaders, and you guys are going to become leaders of, you are becoming leaders of your own team. And we together are, this is not a me thing, it's a we thing. So we need to all understand that there's there's layers of our business that help make us become better leaders. So that, and I know you all have financial goals, and there's nothing wrong with having those financial goals. We all, you deserve to be paid well for the excellent work that you do. So I'm going to shut my mouth and share my screen and get into the content, because I have a lot to cover. All right, let's see. Can you guys see a PowerPoint? Yes? Okay. All right. I'm going to make this smaller, make it bigger. Okay, guys. So the title of this call, or topic of this call, is volume. And I'm going to give you guys a intro layer version of what is volume, all things volume. And like I said, do not worry about, understanding all this right away. I really just want to break this down for you, and I'm going to go through it fast. But if something comes up that you don't understand, I want you to either unmute yourself or throw it in the chat so I can address it, and then I'll try and have time for after to answer any questions and stuff. I asked if you guys just put your, all right, I got that one. All right, so volume 101, how to become a 500 PV coach, and why do you want to do that? Okay, so we're going to be talking about how to master product recommendations, and how and why like that attributes to our team growth. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to talk about what exactly is a 500 PV coach. Like, Amy, what the hell are you talking about? What's a 500 PV coach? We're going to talk about what is PV. So for those of you who are brand new, you probably don't even know what that term is, and I'm going to break it down for you. What is the 500 PV coach mindset? So not only like, what is that exactly, but like, what does that coach look like? How do you become one? And how can you expand your product confidence to basically make you more confident in how you are helping not only your current clients and customers and coaches, but your potential and, those conversations, those relationships that you're building right now. All right, so a 500 PV coach, this is a coach that has a good customer base, okay? So someone that is out there having conversations, that she is bringing in, customers or coaches. She is duplicating what she does, okay? So she is a coach that is doing the 4 vital behaviors consistently. So following the tracker, showing up, pressing play, taking care of herself, making connections, sending out her invites, doing follow-ups, all of the things, personal development. She is, she walks the walk and doesn't just talk the talk, right? She's confident in inviting, connecting, asking questions, and nurturing those connections and relationships. So the question to ask yourself here, you might not be a 500 PV coach yet, but are you building the foundation of a 500 PV coach? And you're doing this, you guys, right from the get-go, from the moment that you start, you say yes, and you go all in with your coaching journey. You are building this foundation. So, and it's all going to come together as I go through the slides. and you're going to start to understand, oh, I am doing this. But basically, you know, a 500 PV coach is the leader, you know, and you are becoming a leader. You might be a new leader, but that's what a 500 PV coach is. All right. I always want to press too fast. All right. So what is PV? Okay. So PV, you guys, is personal volume. All right. So I'm just going to read this, and I wrote the FAQs so that you can go and like research this, you know, after the call, and I'm going to post the PowerPoint, but I'm going to read this to you just to give you a brief overview. So personal volume is a value assigned to products and membership services sold in a, you know, earning period. So a week, that's a typo, in a, you know, Beachbody week period. So Thursday to Wednesday is what our weeks run, okay? Either by a coach's personal purchases or by a coach to his or her personal retail customers. So basically, whatever you purchased or whatever your customers beneath you purchase. So this is not coaches, this is customers. So you and other customers below you. PV is used to determine your active status, and it's also a factor in calculating the payout earned by a coach for each cycle. Okay, so you hear me say all the time, you have to be active as a coach in order for you to achieve Success Club, earn Success Club, be able to get paid every week. You have to be active status. All right, so then that's personal volume. That has to do with you and your customers. Team volume is the value assigned to products and membership services sold in I don't like the word bonus, in an earning period, and is used to calculate team cycle bonus. Okay, so I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But team cycle bonus, you guys, is that you might have already seen this in your new coach training, or for those of you who are, you know, have been coaching for a while, you know that team cycle bonus is your residual income. Okay, so that is when you, as Emerald Coach, you get $14 a team cycle bonus, Ruby Coach $16, Diamond Coach $18. So the TV for a coach is the sum of all TV generated from purchases made by all of you and your downline coaches, and those downline coaches' personal customers. Okay, so yeah, so it doesn't include volume generated by your personal purchases. Or customers. It comes from your coaches and their coaches and their coaches' coaches. Okay, so team volume is the bank in which your team cycle bonus, once you achieve Emerald and above, that is pulled out of. Okay, so as many times as you can cycle out of your team volume every week is how much residual income you get in your paycheck. Okay. So the FAQs are there. I'm going to post this, so don't get lost on this. Just let it absorb it, okay? All right, so I'm going to give you some examples. So I like visuals, so this is what's really helpful to me. So when you sign on with your challenge pack, most of us sign on with either Shakeology or Performance Sign, okay? And there is volume assigned, attributed to that challenge pack, and then that Shakeology or that performance stack, whatever, everything has volume, aka money, right? So Shakeology is worth 90 personal volume, and it's also all these with just single numbers. The PV is also equal to the TV. So Shakeology is 90 PV. And then when you cycle again your next month, you get 90, you not only are active with 90 PV, but that also counts as 90 TV towards your the people below you, and then you to your upline, okay? Energize is 30 PV. So if you just order Energize, you're not going to be active. It's only 30 PV. You'd need some else in order to get you to that 90 PV, but it's worth 38 TV. 3-day refresh is worth 52. Daily Sunshine is worth 90, just like Shakeology. And then the boosts, they're all a little different. They're usually they're like 27 to 31 PV, depending on which one you do. I know 31 PV is digestive health. And then with a challenge pack, so a challenge pack is going to give you, $160 of PV, and you're going to get that commission in that week that you sign someone up with that challenge pack, but you're going to get 65 TV from the challenge pack. But then you see the next month that if that person stays with their Shakeology or their performance line, you're going to get 90 TV from their next Shakeology or performance stack order. Okay. So from a challenge pack, you're going to get 65 TV, but then again, if you are, doing a great job and supporting them in their challenge pack or your challenge groups, your boot camps, and they stay with the Shakeology, that really adds up, you guys. All right, so those are some visuals. So why do you care? I know this is a lot of information, and you're probably like, Amy, why does this matter? It matters because this is how you benefit from the compensation plan. Understanding volume is understanding your business, okay? And the only way that you can start to tap into volume is if you are an emerald. And this is why I'm only going to touch on this really quickly, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it because you guys have, about emerald, you've heard about emerald, that you should achieve it as soon as possible. But this is really like, just to remind you, like, you can't take advantage of the volume, the team cycle bonus, until you become emerald. So emerald just is something that has to happen. It should happen as soon as possible. So emerald is just you and 2 others building beneath you. So this is really honestly like the biggest business milestone, because if you think about it, everything is built off of emerald. Emerald, we all start here, and then your business is really just you recreating emeralds one after the other. So the goal really is to get to emerald as soon as possible and then duplicate, create more emeralds, okay? So like for me, my emerald was created by my mom and my best friend. Those were what made up my initial emerald, okay? So if your spouse, your boyfriend, and your mom, or your best friend, or your coworker, or whatever, you just need to make it happen as soon as possible. And this is really, like I said, this is when you and our team really start to tap into the benefits of our compensation plan. So like, we can't do this alone, you guys. And so this is really like kind of like why I wanted to share this with you, because this really, collectively, like, we can't build a team on our own, and we can't build a team, reach our goals, financially or whatever, without, understanding what it's made, a team and the foundation is made out of. Okay, so our team mindset, like I was just saying, it's not what we do individually, you guys. It's what we do together and how we duplicate together. All right, so we're all committed to the duplication process. You are committed to not only just getting results yourself, but you're committed to helping others, get started and start to create results for themselves. It's the same thing in your business and within our team, right? So the questions like we need to always be asking ourselves, and something I'm, asking myself is, can you guys duplicate what I'm doing? Or am I championing my unique skills and leaving you guys behind, right? So that's why we share, we have our pods, why we share resources, why we are, have our mentorships, because we are trying, why I tell you, we have calls is because I'm trying to help you duplicate what I have done, right? I'm trying to help you become that next leader, right? So it's that duplication that really is what builds, the power behind our team. It's what, as the tide rises, all ships rise, like we rise together as we all are succeeding, as we all are helping, our challengers, our boot campers, as we all are doing that duplication, like we all succeed. Okay, so the team goal is really to build a 4-generation Emerald tribe, all right, of all 500 PV coaches, okay? So people that are helping customers and coaches get started. They are duplicating and they're recreating those emeralds, you know, they're becoming 500 PV coaches. So you teach your PS to teach their PS to build emeralds, okay? So I'm teaching you, and this is something like, this is why it's important for you to know this content now, because maybe you're not financially driven, you know, maybe you don't have these huge financial goals, but maybe you're going to have a coach that is, you know, maybe you're going to assign someone in the next month or whatever. You're going to have a client, a discount coach that suddenly wants to work the business, and she's going to want to know how. That's why it's so important for you to understand how it is that you can help them, guide them to learn how to most benefit out of this compensation plan. Okay, so Emerald is key. That's what unlocks our business, unlocks our potential to benefit from that volume that's generating. And then it's just recreating emeralds from there, okay? All right, so the mindset, all right? So I want you to focus on what we talked about, what a 500 PV coach is, okay? A 500 PV coach is someone that walks the walk and talks the talk, okay? They don't just talk the talk, but they walk the walk too. All right, so you are, you know, doing the 4 vital behaviors, all right? You are someone that is resourceful, and you are someone that pours into, you know, you follow through with the people that join you in your boot camps, and you're creating raving customers, and you're encouraging and, you know, supporting them, and you're creating customers that want to influence others. All right, and the way we do that, you guys, is literally just by showing up and being proof, you know, by showing up in our groups and showing them that we are, you know, what we are doing, supporting them, cheering them on, giving that great customer service. And then in turn, they change their life, and then all of a sudden they're like, I feel so amazing, I want to pay this forward. That's the duplication, okay? So you get revenue per customer. I don't know what that I'm telling you, but like basically, you know, the long-standing customers that you have, obviously that is showing that you are becoming that 500 PV coach, that coach of excellence. All right, you're creating people that are going to, they're obviously raving customers that are then potentially going to bring other raving customers to you, or get referrals or whatever. Okay, so you are meeting customers where they are. All right, so I'm going to talk about it in the next slide about how it is this all ties together with how we best help people and how we set them up. But I want us to start to see and visualize beyond the challenge pack, so that way, and you know, because then it's not only just getting people started with product, you know, the challenge pack, which is like obviously the silver platter, but how can we best help our current clients and customers to get the best results, to, you know, really continue to grow in their own journey. So that's what I'm going to talk about. So I want you to become confident in asking questions, okay? So when you are getting people started, I mean, obviously, I want you to lead with the challenge pack. I want you to, that is going to be like, that is honestly what's going to get them set up with everything that they need, you know, and you know, from the very get-go. But sometimes that is not what the customer needs at that time, or they might just not be ready for that. So I want you to get really good at just asking questions. And a lot of you are probably already doing this already, but I just wanted to give you some other like potential questions that you can ask to expand that conversation even more. So what, you know, you can ask people like, what's your favorite way to get exercise? Like, so I know right now, like CrossFit, bar classes, you name it. Like there are people out there that are exercising, but how's their nutrition? You know, there's so many fad things out there right now. Like they might have their fitness figured out, but maybe they're lacking that community. Maybe they're lacking that support system. So you can ask them, do you have a fit friend or a support system? You can be like, oh, great girl. I'm so excited. That's so awesome that you like do CrossFit. Like, do you have, you know, an awesome support system too. Like, or how's your nutrition been? You know what I mean? Because there's people out there that are doing CrossFit and things like that, and they might be buying some crappy over-the-counter like protein shake and think that they're doing great with their nutrition, and maybe they're really not, you know? And then you can always ask these people, and something I've been doing is like, I love to ask people, are you open to trying are you open to doing this with me? Are you open to trying something new? Because people want to be open-minded, all right? So it's sort of that, you know, just reverse psychology kind of a thing. Cause like no one wants to feel like they're closed-minded. No one wants to think that about themselves. So asking them, are you open to trying something new? And meeting them where they're at. So look at our entire Beachbody catalog to help your people. Maybe someone really needs to be mindset. You know, maybe someone really wants the pre-workout. You know, you can be in your stories every day when you're sharing your pre-workout, when you're mixing it up, you know, you can have a little poll there. You're like, you want to try some, you know, like, or do you want, yeah, that's something that I was doing last month and I haven't been doing. I'm like, I don't know why I'm not doing that. People are so curious about that yellow drink in my stories. I used to get messages all the time about that. And I still get asked that when I'm, you know, getting people started. People are always curious. Oh, can I get some of that drink you drink in the morning? So you guys, some people just might want your pre-workout. Some people are really curious about Shakeology, but they just, you know, they don't want to do all the fitness stuff or something like that. You know, they're really intimidated by the fitness side. Or sometimes, you know, they might really be that emotional eater struggling with their eating, and that might be their struggle. So something like 2B Mindset or Portion Fix. We have so many. Over the last 2 years, we have come out with so many resources, you guys. Like, there's so much more. So like, I want to get you to the point of thinking that when someone says no or not right now, or that they, you know, have like a fitness routine or have that to become, you know, I always, you know, want you to ask if there's a reason why. But before you ask if there's a reason why, you can continue the conversation like this to really get to understand and meet them where they're at and know them better, and see if there is potentially a way that you might be able to be of service to them. You know, you can always bring these people in and make them a part of our community, and you never know, like that customer might become your next, you know, rock star coach someday. They just needed to like get in the door to really start to believe in what this is. Okay. All right. So like I said, I don't want to underemphasize the challenge pack. That is our best solution. It is everything. Okay. And, you know, it is, you know, I don't want to underemphasize Success Club. You know, it is important for you to always lead with the challenge pack, because obviously, one, that's going to get someone set up with everything that they need, you know, from the get-go, especially if they're coming in, they want to do the boot camp, they want to get results. But secondly, you know, it is important for you to keep in mind your actual business goals, what's going to move your business forward. So you know that Success Club, it moves your business forward every single month. So obviously, we lead with the challenge pack, but you know, what's the best way for our customer to get results? What's the best deal for our customer? So right now, you know, our challenge pack is $160, and we have this great promo going on to get them set up for $150. But if something like that isn't going to work for them right now, you know, I have a lot of people that in the summer months, they are, you know, maybe they're in college, maybe they are teachers that are working like a part-time job, or maybe they're cut salary over the summer. They might not be able to swing that right now. But is this someone that you could get set up with, you know, all access bod or something like that, you know, and then maybe they can try Shakeology in the fall. So, you know, there's ways to help these people that, you know, still you're bringing them in, you're giving them a solution that meets them where they're at right now, but then you can follow up with them next month down the line in your boot camp to check in with them and get them, you know, the other resources that they may be lacking that they didn't get in the beginning. Okay. So just looking at the PV. So the PV included with a challenge pack, the cost is $160. The personal PV is $180. Okay. Team PV for that is $65, like we mentioned before. The residual PV is $90, like I was talking about Shakeology Performance Stack. The next month, that residual PV is $90. So then in the customer value, so basically the commission that you'd get from that would be $32 per challenge pack that you sell in a week period. In a Thursday to Wednesday period, you'd get $32. So roughly you'd need 6 to 8 customers or coaches to get signed up to reach 500 PV. So essentially, if you are hitting Success Club 12 every month, or if you are at least, reaching Success Club and you've got people underneath you, you building those emeralds, like there's no problem with building 500 PV. Okay. So getting people in, meeting them where they're at, but then knowing like you're always following up. Like you're always checking in with your clients, you're always checking in with your customers, you're always checking in with those people that you bring in with, maybe it's not with a challenge pack, maybe it's just BOD and some Energize or BOD, quarterly BOD or whatever, to see if, bringing them in to get them set up for a full program or a new program. Like we just came out with MM100, getting them set up with a completion pack, getting them set up with that discount. There's always that follow-up. All right. So why this all matters. Okay. So I want you to, ask your friends and family for support and feedback. This is a great way, especially as a new coach, for you to not only build that, reach your goal, hit Emerald, lay the foundation for your business, hit the ground running, but you're also going to build, that feedback. You're going to get that, I can't think of the word. Okay. And the way, those testimonies, that's what word that I was looking for. Okay. And it's going to give you something to talk about. All right. Like I like to talk about the fact that my mom has been doing these workouts since I started. I like to talk about last year she had Lyme disease. I would talk about how she was drinking Shakeology, how Shakeology was literally giving her energy every day. I talk about my husband, when he was doing the programs with me last year, I would talk about it. I would show people. I show people when we're, that he loves Shakeology, when we drink it together, those are things that are going to then be of service to you down the line. And then in turn, they're also supporting you. They're helping you, right? So you can come to them. You can let them know you're doing something for you and why it matters to you. And you can ask them for their support and feedback on the products that you're going to be recommending. And you can ask them, are they open to helping you? All right. So a lot of times I feel like we overthink, we fear reaching out to those closest to us to ask them to support us. But honestly, guys, like those are the people that would buy dirt from you. And this ain't dirt. This is not dirt. You know for yourself what value it is. Wouldn't you want the people that you love most to be, receiving that value for themselves, So Shakeology, Daily Sunshine, Performance Stack, 3-day refresh, or getting them set up with the BOD. That's Shakeology's the 90 PV, Sunshine's 90, Performance Stack 90, Daily Refresh, that's 52, and All Access BOD for a year, that's 38 PV, you guys. Okay, so you'd wind up with 500 PV, getting them set up with that, and in turn, like I said, you're having testimonies for down the road. Okay, so what more as opposed to like what a 500 PV coach is doing, okay? So you're running challenge groups, you're running boot camps, you're running, maybe you're running some free groups. Usually I recommend running free groups like later in the month, towards the end of the month, after you've reached your goals, just sort of to, again, bring people in, give them a taste of like what it is that you have to offer. Maybe you can run a refresh free group. So it's not really a free group. You can run like a mindset. You can run a clean eating free group. You can run a mini like fitness free group where you get them set up with a free trial. All sorts of things that you can do. You got your, we have our MM100 group that we've been inviting to, but then I have my ongoing VIP, basically ongoing customer client group that I have going all year round. Right. So I'm always inviting to that. Your social media. So the biz page, you guys, is really just your Instagram or a Facebook page. So that's where you are, sharing to your market, your storytelling, you're doing a little bit of curiosity marketing on your stories. You're showing your energize, you're showing you making your shake, you're showing your smoothie bowl or whatever, you're showing your workouts. Like that's all what I mean by curiosity marketing. And your storytelling. So you're providing value in your posts, right? So you're giving people a glimpse into who you were when you started and where you are now, where you're going. And this functions as your website. So a lot of, you have your link in your bio, gives them a way to go and get more information or to fill out your form to get more information, an easy way to connect. And this is a great tool, you guys. Like you can start doing you can have anything in that link tree. I have like my Amazon favorites. I have, you can do a video of your story. You can upload a video of your story to YouTube, put the link in there. And that way you can direct people to that link in your bio so that they can go and get a little bit more, learn more, a little bit more about you. Resources for what coaching is down there. You can create those things and you can put that in there. So you're always able to provide value to your people. Creating customers who influence, again, being in your boot camps, being that number one, challenger and supporting people, commenting on their stuff, putting recipes in there, popping in, going live once in a while, doing all of the things to really give them the best experience that they can, make them feel a part of something bigger. And then in turn, they're, who knows, they might be, like I said, they might be that next coach. And they just needed that belief. They just needed that amazing experience. And then, expand your product confidence. Okay. So I want you, if you run into situations like this, which I know a lot of us have, we usually get to the point where someone says no to a challenge pack and then we're like, okay, like on to the next, or I'm just going to follow up with them next month. I want you to become a little more curious. I want you to start reaching a little further beyond the challenge pack, because what's the worst thing that's going to happen? They say no to that and then you still follow up with them next month, right? So explore the benefits of the other products and start sharing that, I think I have one more slide. Yeah. So I want you to get curious about our products. All right. So because we can't recommend stuff that we don't try. I mean, we can refer to our stories and our testimonies from other people that use it. Like I don't use whey-based Shakeology or whey-based performance stack, or what's it called, Recover, but I know plenty of you guys that do, and I can always refer to those people's experiences and let people know that. But it's best if I can give the testimony of something that I've used personally. All right. So it's going to build up your credibility. It's a write-off. So stuff that you purchase for yourself, that is a tax write-off. So pick something new this week. Going into the month, we're going to, you have your next month's shipments coming out. Like, pick something new and try it, right? So for me, last month, I tried Detox from the Ultimate Reset. I opened up another CBC and I was looking for something to try that, I have Shakeology, I have Recover, I have Energize, I have Beach Bars, and I have digestive boosts, but I was looking for something different to try. And so I tried Detox and I freaking loved it. And I shared it with you guys. I shared it in my boot camp. I've talked about on my stories, and I'm currently out of it and it really sucks. and I can't wait to get more. So I'm going to share that, right? So you can share like your story, why you wanted to try it, why you're curious, what's your experience like with it. And, you know, you can make it personal to you, right? So I'm someone that like, you know, I always will take help in the digestive department. And I always, you know, I'm being hypothyroid. Like I like anything that's going to give me energy without it being caffeine. You know, I can only drink so much Energize in my day. I got to limit myself with that. So and that's what detox has done for me. It's made me, given me that feeling of like, I don't get that sluggish feeling. So that's a testimony, you guys. And someone else might need that. You know, I've got plenty of people, and you might know these people, that they are coffeeholics, right? So if you can find a solution for that coffeeholic out there that is always having that 3 p.m. crash, like, you know, you might be helping someone, and just by you expanding your product, you know, knowledge base. So like I said, I suggest Performance Line, any of the Ultimate Reset products, you know, that keeps, you know, is 50 PV for the detox. So it's perfect. It keeps my, my dad active, and I get to use it. It's awesome. Beach bars or any of the boosts. All right. So any of you guys like that want digestive or the focused energy, or you've got the power greens if you don't get in all your veggies every day, that's a great way to get in another veggie serving. Yeah. All right, that's all I got. Oh my God, that was a lot of content. Okay, I know this was a lot. What questions do you have? Anybody? Do you have any questions? All right, guys, I know this is a lot.
I'm still trying to take my notes.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna post the PowerPoint in the team page tomorrow. Well, I'll try and post it after this call. But did you find, is this way over your head? Do you find it helpful? Like, what are your thoughts?
It's helpful for me.
Yeah.
Like
So
understanding the volume is important.
yeah, totally. I mean, this is something that I really didn't dive into until, here's the thing, guys, is like, you know, you have two different mindsets. You can come into this and like I did, and you only focus on achieving Success Club every month and, you know, rank and all those things, which are all amazing and necessary. But what's part of that, you guys, is like the people that you're actually helping. All right. What's part of that is like, and, you know, another example of this too is like the coach. I was just in a leadership training a couple months ago with Lindsay Matway. I don't know if anyone's heard of Lindsay Matway. She's like the superstar coach, one of the superstar coaches in the whole company. She's like a multi-million-dollar coach. Okay. And she and Melanie Mitro hosted this like leadership, basically teaching us coaches all about volume, all about the compensation plan. And she gave the example of the coach that literally, you know, essentially just built her diamond out of all discount coaches and no actual working coaches, like wasn't duplicating, versus the coach that from the beginning, you know, was sharing all aspects about the coaching opportunity from the very beginning, getting people interested, getting people excited, giving people like the best experience. And she was creating, you know, she had multiple working coaches within her diamond, you know, people that were duplicating underneath her, and the difference between paychecks, right? And what they earned and how fast they excelled and, you know, moved their business, you know, forward, obviously. So my point is like, it's important to just understand this in the beginning and really develop that mindset of you becoming that coach that not only is focused on bringing people in, but nurturing the people you have. Okay. So really giving them the best experience that they can get, letting them know, like, look, you know, there's more than Shakeology out there. There's more than the performance line. Like, there's more, you know, things that you can use. And like, yeah, like, because honestly, it's like, that is what we do, right? We are here to give people, like, if you've been doing this and you've been, you know, before you started coaching and you've been a client or a customer or whatever for however long, like, you've probably tried XYZ and had this experience with it. Like, you have a knowledge base. So it's important to just share that. So I want you guys to know this. This is just, again, like a beginner, like, introduction to what is volume. And I want you to get curious. If it's something that interests you, if you are someone that's financially, like, driven, if you have big financial goals, volume something that you would, you know, like to just start to become more aware of. Really start to look at, you know, in your back office, go to the volume tab, look at the TV and look at the different legs and understand where it's coming from and why. And this is what's really helped me in my own business the last couple months, to really understand, okay, why, all right, why am I not where I want to be yet? Or why, you know, and really help me figure out, okay, all right, this is where I need to focus. This is where I can improve. This is where I'm lacking. All right. Because that's really what's already made a huge difference, is just I've understood my business model more because I'm looking into it further to really see, okay, it's not just putting coaches on my weak leg. It's about really understanding, like, all right, putting why it matters. All right. So if you have questions, please message me. We'll obviously have another call about this at some point soon, because I've gotten a lot of questions about volume. For a lot of you guys who are Emerald, pushing for Diamond Beyond, you guys have all been asking to really try to understand what volume is. For those of you who are brand spanking new on this call, I want you to focus on the beginning of this slideshow of understanding, like, none of this matters until you hit Emerald, right? So understanding that you're building volume by being a product of the product, by doing the vital behaviors of, you know, being that leader, becoming that leader that you want to be, and attracting that. You're going to attract that by being that, right? By acting like the person that you want to basically be a part of your team, like, you're going to naturally attract that. But that everything, we all start at Emerald. And in this business, literally, I want you to just know, like, it literally is just Emerald. It's just you hitting Emerald and you helping other people hit Emerald. That's it. So all the other ranks and everything above that will come if you nail that down. If you just understand, get really good at getting people started, bringing people in, supporting them, giving them best experience, teaching them how to go Emerald, and them helping other people do the same thing. Okay? All right. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for hopping on, sticking with me with that. Okay, I'm going to post a recording tomorrow. I'm going to post the slides for you guys to go back and look at them if you want. The FAQs are in there. And I appreciate you all. I love you all. Thank you, guys. Bye.